They were sisters, born in the same home, raised with the same love. But one lived in the light, and the other, she learned to survive in the shadows. Sisters in shadow. Maya and Zara were sisters, but the world often saw them as two sides of the same coin, one shining brightly with all the world's attention, and the other quietly withering in the shadows. Growing up in a home that was a sanctuary of warmth, love, and fairness, they seemed to have it all. Their father, Kofi, was a successful businessman, and their mother, Abena, a soft, nurturing presence, made sure their daughters never wanted for anything. The family was admired by many, and to an outsider, they were the perfect picture of happiness. Maya, the elder sister, was everything a person could hope to be. She was effortlessly beautiful, with a smooth, honey-toned complexion, a slender figure, and long, glossy hair that cascaded around her shoulders. In school, she excelled academically, earning scholarships and praise from every teacher. Her kindness was as radiant as her appearance, and everyone around her adored her. Despite her perfection, she was never haughty or dismissive of others, least of all her younger sister, Zara. Zara, however, had always lived in Maya's shadow. As the younger sister, she felt overlooked, invisible in her own home. At 17, she was slim, but lacked the curves and radiant skin Maya seemed to be born with. Her hair was wild and unruly, never falling into the sleek waves her sisters always did. Zara's skin, though fair, didn't have the same natural glow that Maya's did. And when it came to the love and praise that flowed from their parents, it always seemed to flow more freely to Maya. Zara loved her sister deeply, yet an unrelenting bitterness gnawed at her, deepening with every compliment Maya received. As the years passed, Zara's feelings festered. She watched as Maya's star continued to rise, while hers seemed to dim in comparison. Maya earned a scholarship to one of the country's best universities, while Zara, though just as intelligent, struggled to stand out. The more Maya succeeded, the more Zara felt the sting of inadequacy. What hurt them most was that Zara felt invisible, not because Maya intentionally overshadowed her, but because the world's love seemed to always gravitate toward Maya. Yet, despite her growing resentment, Maya never stopped reaching out to Zara. She invited her to lunch, bought her thoughtful gifts, and encouraged her in everything she did. Maya genuinely wanted her sister to feel seen, to feel as important as she was. But Zara couldn't see it. She saw Maya's kindness as just another way to remind her of her failure. And deep inside, Zara knew that Maya's love wasn't enough to erase the growing chasm between them. One evening, Maya was awarded a prestigious academic honor. Their parents threw a family celebration, proud of their eldest daughter. Zara, unable to stomach another night of praise for Maya, slipped away to her room. She sat in the dark, simmering with anger, her thoughts turning darker with each passing minute. She wasn't just jealous anymore. She hated herself for feeling so small in comparison. The thoughts began to fester, turning into a plan. Maya came to check on her later, award in hand, a hopeful smile on her face. "Zara, I want to show you. Look." "Why don't you just admit it, Maya?" Zara cut her off, her voice sharp and venomous. "You love being the star. You get everything while I get nothing. Everything you do, you win. I try. But I always fall short. I'll never be good enough for you, will I?" Maya's heart broke at the sight of her sister's pain, but the words felt like a punch. "Zara, please. You mean the world to me. I want you to be happy. I want us to be happy, together." But Zara just shook her head, her eyes wild. "Don't pity me, Maya. Don't pretend to care. You're too perfect, and I'm nothing." The words cut deep, and Maya, unsure of what to say, left the room. She wanted to fix it, but she knew she couldn't do it alone. She realized then that Zara's feelings were more than just sibling rivalry. There was something much darker within her, something that could never be cured by love alone. As time passed, Zara's bitterness transformed into something darker. She began to manipulate situations, sowing discord wherever she could. She'd make subtle comments to their parents, fueling their doubts about Maya's character. She whispered behind Maya's back, making others question her intentions, even turning friends against her. But the worst came when Zara set her sights on Kwame. Maya had been dating Kwame for several months. He was thoughtful, kind-hearted, and shared her passion for literature and philosophy. Their relationship, though young, felt like it could grow into something beautiful. But Zara, consumed by jealousy, saw Kwame as just another person she could steal from her sister. One evening, as Maya worked late on a university project, Zara invited Kwame over, claiming she just wanted to catch up. She greeted him with a flirtatious smile, offering him drinks and complimenting him on his intelligence. Slowly, she planted seeds of doubt in his mind about Maya's perfection and the pressures she faced. She spoke of Maya's accomplishments in a way that made Kwame question whether Maya's life was as flawless as it appeared. Maya noticed the shift in Kwame's behavior. He became distant, cold in his responses. The closeness they once shared seemed to dissolve, but she chose to believe it was just a rough patch, a miscommunication. Then one evening, while going through Kwame's phone to look up a text, Maya found a message that would destroy her. It was an intimate exchange between Kwame and Zara. Her heart shattered as she read the cruel words, realizing that her sister had not only betrayed her trust, but also used her own charm to steal something precious. With trembling hands, Maya confronted Zara that night. "Why, Zara?" Maya's voice was fragile, the tears threatening to fall. "Why would you do this to me? I've always loved you. Always." Zara looked at her with a twisted smile, her eyes gleaming with malicious satisfaction. "Love me? You think you can love someone like me? You've always had everything: love, success, beauty. I've always been second. Always your shadow. You don't deserve it all. I do. And I'll take everything I can." Zara's hatred had consumed her completely. In a final act of cruelty, she framed Maya for a crime she didn't commit. A scandal broke out involving the family business, and Zara planted false evidence in Maya's belongings, setting her up for a money embezzlement charge. The police arrived one night, and Maya was arrested, shocked, and confused. She tried to explain, but Zara's lies had already spread, her manipulation complete. Her parents, torn between their daughters, didn't know whom to believe. The pain in their eyes mirrored Maya's own, but nothing could undo the damage Zara had done. In a raw confrontation, Maya stood before Zara, tears streaming down her face. "I loved you, Zara. I wanted to be there for you, but I see now, some things can't be fixed." Zara, cold and emotionless, shrugged. "You were always too perfect, Maya. Always the one who got everything, not anymore." Maya's life unraveled. She was suspended from school, her reputation tainted. But she refused to stay down. She fought back, using legal means to clear her name and expose Zara's treachery. Slowly, she rebuilt her life, gaining new friends, new opportunities, and finding love again. Yet, no matter how much she healed, the scar of her sister's betrayal remained. Maya learned to forgive herself for her sister's cruelty, understanding that love alone couldn't fix everything.